Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Advanced Markets webinar on CRM for FX brokers and traders. My name is Shobin Mathew Simon, and I am the Vice President of Institutional Sales for Advanced Markets. Advanced Markets is a wholesale FX and CFD liquidity provider. Remember, we are not a CRM provider, and the reason for this webinar is purely for educational purpose. CRM, when it started, was more about keeping the contacts in one location, but today it's a foundational component of a customer engagement strategy. Recently, after speaking to lots of brokers, especially the startups, I realized that this is one area where lots of confusions still exist. Many are struggling to choose the right CRM, and many don't even understand the importance of having a CRM. That's when we thought of doing this webinar. Now, there will be a few polls in between, so I request you to cast your votes. So before we move on to the next slide, let's have the first poll. Are you currently using a CRM platform for your business? Please, I request you to cast your votes. Great. Any more? Yeah, it's good. I could see that majority are CRM users. Okay, let me share the results. Yeah, around 69% of them says they are currently using CRM, which is really good. I mean, so you can relate to relate to what I'm talking about. So let's move on to the topics that I'm going to cover today. How do you choose the right CRM? Difference between building on CRM versus turnkey solutions. Difference between cloud and self-hosting CRMs. Different features of CRMs. Top 9 mistakes made by CRM users. I'm sure our 69% could definitely relate that to the mistakes, and the cost range as well. Today, these are the topics which I'll be covering today. Also, at the end of the webinar, I will also be announcing an exclusive offer for today's attendees. So before we start our main topics, let's have one more poll. I would like to know what's your #1 priority when choosing a CRM for your FX business? So there are different options. The first one is the cost and affordability, the features that satisfy your business needs, what the industry competitors use, or usability, if it's easy to use on board and work immediately, or if it's something else, you can just mention it there. Okay. Great. So I'm going to share the result. Around 64% said it's the features that they are mainly looking for. Let's see. If you can see, lots of CRMs are available in the markets. With all those shiny CRMs out there adorning the market, what's the best strategy to choose the CRM? Okay, let me just close this. So how do you choose the right CRM? If you're asking me what's the best CRM solutions, I would say that's a wrong question, because there is no one size fits all. So let's go through the different steps that I believe is very important when choosing a CRM. The first one is prepare a checklist. Before you start shopping around for the CRM, the first thing you should be looking for is what features suits your business model. Prepare a checklist to compare different solutions. Since each broker defines CRM success differently, I recommend the brokers to understand their specific requirements and goals to make sure that the CRM that they will choose meet those goals. In my opinion, comparing the cost over the features or your own requirements is not a good idea. The second one is evaluate your options. Speak to different providers, speak to different CRM vendors, speak to different clients that are using CRMs, and get a feedback. You can look for reviews over internet of different CRM vendors, and find out if a cloud-based or a self-hosting or a turnkey solution, which one suits your business well. The third one is customize as per your teams and the client's feedbacks. You need a CRM solution that could effectively maintain a constant communication with your customers. Speak to your teams and get an update. Speak to different departments and find out what solution could improve their productivity. For example, you want to reduce the time your sales team spend managing the leads and increase the time they spend speaking to their clients. Or you wanted to use a marketing automation functions. So it's always very important to get a feedback from the clients and the teams. Even with the clients, ask them what are the features they like to include in the CRM. If it's doable, just go for it. And the automation features. If you are an existing broker, make sure that the new CRM will work with your existing applications. And also, you can import the data from your old CRM to the new one. Take it as a red flag when a CRM provider doesn't easily integrate with other technology platforms. So if the integrations are in there, in my opinion, it's better to look elsewhere. Make sure that it's always integrated with all the leading platforms, like MT4, MT5, or like other proprietary platforms as well. You may start with one platform, the MetaTrader maybe, and at a later stage you may want to add other platforms as well. Make sure that it can be integrated with investment platform modules as well, like PAM, MAM, copy trading, social trading. Email integration is really important. Website integration is really important because you have to import the leads from the websites to your CRM. And also you should consider other departments as well, like HR, accounting, marketing. You should consider having lots of marketing features as well. And also make sure that it is scalable. The next one is prioritize your user experience. The features and the pricing of your chosen CRM may be perfect, but is it actually easy to use? That's something you should ask. Your employees will need to work with your CRM on a daily basis. So you should emphasize the importance of user interface during the selection process. Ultimately, you have to buy it into the CRM and see the value added and be comfortable with the technology. And finally, always request for a demo. It's a good idea to always test it out. Most of the CRM providers will give you a 1-month trial period. And also make sure that the CRM vendor has worked with FX brokers, which are similar to yours. Now, what if after doing all these steps, if you still can't find a solution in the market? If you can't find it, consider building it. I know it's not an easy process. There are lots of works involved. Let's look at the difference between building own CRM versus the turnkey solutions. There are lots of advantages and disadvantages of building your own CRMs. It's not that easy, as everyone knows. It's a time consuming as well. So let's look at the advantages. Customization is the main advantages of building your own CRM. You could customize it as per your requirements. You can design it, and you are responsible. You can integrate it with all your other company applications. And also, when it comes to the security, you can decide what level of security should be offered, and you can work according to that if you're building your own CRMs. And the most importantly, you don't have to rely on a third-party company for any service. And the disadvantages, if you talk about the disadvantages, The first one will be the high cost. You need a proper team, you need resources, you need, definitely you need money to spend as well. And being CRM just a one part of your, it's just a one part of the FX business. You can't, especially for a startups or an average brokerage, they can't spend, time, lots of time or, resources for building their own CRMs. And the time to market will vary from weeks to months, or it could even take years, depends upon your team or your resources. And also, like I said, the maintenance is on you. You have to do a regular maintenance, and you are responsible for the smooth running of the CRM. Now, let's also discuss about the difference between the cloud hosting and self-hosting. You may have heard about cloud hosting. Obviously, there are lots of, most of the turnkey solutions are cloud hosting. If you are building your own, you can have a self-hosting. In my opinion, opting for a cloud hosting over self-hosting has its benefits. With a SaaS solutions, your customer data will be easier to manage and access no matter where in the world your team is. Always, or if you're going for a cloud hosting, make sure that you choose a reliable data center, like for example, Amazon, IBM, Microsoft, Oracle. There are many in the markets. Make sure that you choose a reliable one for the data protection, data security, for the security purpose. So again, for the self-hosting, you are responsible for the maintenance. You have to do a regular software updates, technology updates, and you should have a qualified technology team to monitor it 24/7. That's pretty much about the cloud hosting and the self-hosting. Now let's move on to the some of the features of CRM. There are lots of features available in the market. I don't have all the features in here because of the lack of time and the space. So these are some of the basic features. If you want any other additional features, you need to speak to your CRM provider, and I'm sure they can provide you with additional features. Let's go through some of the basic features. For example, the risk management system, or RMS, is mainly handled by operations or admins. It helps the broker to manage the risk more effectively. For example, this feature will help the dealer to set a minimum or maximum trades, margin stop. They can set a margin stop out levels. They could set up leverage or margin, manage groups, simples, manage account types. So this is mainly for the admins. Now, when it comes to the compliance or the accounts, an integrated KYC system will reduce your hassle to verify your clients, and it saves lots of time. And also, accounts can manage deposits, withdrawals, and all the transfers using CRM. And for the marketing tools, you can use CRM to integrate with social media, and also with other marketing tools as well, other third-party softwares. And also remember, for example, if you want to send a customized message or an email to a group of clients, or you want to send a mass email, you could do all through a CRM. You could pull out reports you could export reports to submit it to the authorities. And also, the most important is the integration with the PSPs. Using CRM, you could integrate with PSPs or crypto wallets. As you know, lots of clients prefer to use PSPs or crypto wallets, cryptos to transfer their trading deposits. So with a proper CRM, you could always integrate with all the leading PSPs and crypto fiat wallets. And also, some of the CRMs will also have a currency converter as well. Since it's a time of cryptos, make sure that the crypto wallet supports all the major coins, the stable coins, so you can speak to the CRM provider and get all the relevant information and make a checklist, like I said before, and evaluate all the options. Now, the second one is the traders room for clients, user interface. This allows the clients to create accounts, demo accounts, live accounts. They could also introduce other clients. They could, withdraw deposit using a CRM. Also, they could communicate with the broker. There are live supports. They could communicate with broker in real time. And also, they could download the reports without, contacting the broker. They could download the reports through this from the CRM. Finally, it's a partners panel. IBs or partners are the backbones of many FX brokers. Using CRL, you could promote your business. You could support IBs in different ways. For example, you can have personalized banners, or you could send referral URLs to the IBs. It allows IBs to, or introducing brokers or agents to, introduce clients through CRMs. They could monitor their clients' activities, their revenues in real time. Obviously, the being transparent is always an advantage in this business. That could only boost the confidence of the introducing brokers. And also, they could transfer or withdraw commissions without contacting the broker directly. They could all do that in the CRM. Now, before we move on to the next slide about the mistakes that a CRM provider makes, let's have one more poll. Are you happy with your current CRM provider? Oh. Oops, that hurts. Around 70% of them are not happy with their CRM provider. Okay, that's not a good sign. I mean, we can discuss about that towards the end. So let's see. Okay, I'm going to share the result. Okay. These are some of the mistakes made by the CRM users. Let's see. It's not just a cost alone that matters. I'll give you an example. Recently, when I spoke to one of my clients, so what happened was he was using a MetaTrader platform all this while and was having a CRM. And now he wants to integrate his CRM with a web-based platform. And unfortunately, he couldn't do that because the CRM didn't have enough features to integrate it with the web platform. The reason is he didn't do enough homework, or maybe he didn't ask them at the initial stage whether it's possible to integrate with a third party. Because since a MetaTrader is the leading softwares in the market, most of the CRM providers will only integrate with MetaTrader. You have to make sure that this is possible. It is possible to integrate with third-party softwares as well. The data protection. One important thing, especially if you are a European brokers, or also it's a good practice for you to have it, even if you are outside Europe as well, to have a GDPR features in your CRM. Having a GDPR ready system helps you to manage customer data more effectively. For example, if one of your customer wants to be removed from the database, you need to be able to honor the request and send a confirmation of deletion. Or if your customer requests an electronic report of all the data you store about them in the CRM, you need to be able to generate that report for each customer individually. So, and also when it comes to the security, I had a client who once complained that he purchased a CRM from a provider, and his clients as well as he himself was getting emails, and people were calling him from different brokers. So now towards the end, when he did a bit of due diligence, he realized that CRM provider was owned by a different FX brokerage. So always make sure that you do a due diligence on CRM provider as well, because you are a competitor for other FX brokers. Why do you want to expose your client information to other CRM providers? Other FX brokers. So make sure that there is no conflict of interest, and the CRM provider is not linked with any FX brokerage. And also a failure to know your needs or not choosing the right system. Even I had a client who was paying around $5,000 a month, because what happens is CRM is just one part of the whole structure in your business. So you don't you don't give that importance to the CRM. So what happens is, in a big firm, you don't realize whether you are paying extra or we are paying more than what is required. So it's always better to speak to a consultant, or do a regular check on whether you're paying the right amount, or whether you are using all the functions that you have subscribed. Because you may see lots of fancy functions in lots of CRMs, and the salespeople could definitely sell you all the functions, but make sure that, are you going to use it, or do you require it down the line? If you need it after 6 months, don't subscribe it now. Make sure that it is scalable, and make sure that you can subscribe it at a later stage, and choose what is required at this point of time, and pay for what you're using. And social media, when it comes to the social media, as you know, Forex trading has got restrictions in promoting over lots of channels, lots of public public media. So social media is one of the effective tool for promoting your brand. Make sure that your CRM can be integrated with social media. And finally, make sure that your choice is mobile friendly. We all work from home nowadays. We all travel a lot. Being a salesperson, I travel a lot. So I need to access my CRM in my mobile. So make sure that it is mobile accessible. And accessibility is a key feature of a good CRM. Make sure that before you purchase, before you make a decision, speak to the provider and make sure that it is mobile friendly. Also, make sure that it's built natively for each operating system to maximize the end user adoption. Make sure that it is compatible with Android, iOS, and Windows as well. Now, the final part, the cost. Before we move on to the cost, let me ask you, let's have the final poll. How much are you willing to spend for a CRM every month? Let's see. Great. So we have around 45%. Okay. Still people are casting their votes. Let's see. Okay. Let's public share the result. It says around 38% says they are willing to spend between 500 to 1500, 1500 to 3000. So 15% says 3000 to 5000, and 8% says about 5000. Yeah. So let's see. From my research, this is what I have found. If you're building your own CRM, see, when you build your own CRM, the cost depends upon lots of factors. It depends upon your team's knowledge, the resources that you have. So 25,000 is could be a minimum figure. It could go up, depends upon the resources that you have. So when it comes to the subscriptions, there are two levels of a subscription model. One is limited accounts. For example, that starts from $750 to $1,000 onwards. That gives you maybe 10 accounts, 10 users and 5,000 accounts, or maybe 20 users and 5,000 accounts. So that starts from $750 to $1,000 per month. But there are the second subscription will be like unlimited accounts. So that starts from $2,500 onwards. All these figures have been, I spoke to CRM providers and made an average figure. These are the real figures, after speaking to lots of, CRM providers. So to conclude, there is no doubt about it. A good CRM system is a must-have for any growing Forex business. So that comes to the end of our webinar. Now we can have a Q&A session. And if you have any doubts, please feel free to, send a message or, You can ask us. Okay. So what are the questions you have? Okay, 1 second. Let me look at the questions. Wait. Okay, someone has asked, where is it? Okay. Okay. Yeah, someone has asked about the price list. Do we have a price list? Okay, just I also like to add something more about, I've mentioned about an exclusive offer for you guys. So let me tell you, Advanced Market is an FX and CFD liquidity provider. We also have a consultation business. We have a team of experts who could assist you and help you to achieve your dreams. And our team has a combined experience of over 100 years and has served more than 100 clients, hundreds of clients all around the world. We can help you to find the right CRM, hosting, payments, technology, liquidity, you name it. We have a solution for you. And we have cost-effective packages for startup brokerages. So what I could do is, for all the attendees today, you can book for a free 30 minutes consultation with our team. So we can help you to design your business. It's a must in a more cost-effective, more professional way. We can help you in a with our experts. I'm sure we can give you more valuable information and help you to make a right decision. So if you have any other questions, I'm more than happy to help you. So. Okay, and also please contact us on, yes, this is the email address. Please contact us on ussales@amifx.com. So our team will definitely assist you and help you to achieve your dreams. Okay, yeah, please contact us in the email address. People are sending us their the contact details. You can just drop us an email. And also, if you like to have this presentation, please contact us, drop us an email. I'm more than happy to speak to you and send you the presentation as well. So yeah, I believe this webinar was helpful for you. And if you have any further doubts, you can always email us, and you can also find us in. And also one more thing, you will receive a post-event survey to your emails. Please provide your feedbacks and suggestions, and don't forget to follow us on LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, and also you can subscribe to our daily newsletter for the latest Forex news updates. Yeah, so I hope that's the end of it. Yeah, so cool. Thanks for your participation, and hope to speak to you all soon. Yeah, you can drop us an email and send us your feedback, and also visit our blogs. If you go to our website, we have lots of blogs, lots of informative materials in our website. It's advancedmarkets.com, and yeah, contact us if you require any